So June saw sales continue at a great pace as we saw the market continue to hot up. A notable sale, we were delighted to complete the £4.4 million sale of 33 Bennett's Hill. That was an original HSBC headquarter building. More recently, it's now let to the Cosy Club, a nice long lease on the ground floor with about 5,500 square feet of void offices. Great opportunity for the buyer to come in with some asset management potential or redevelopment gains as well there. Also, other sales included 67 High Street, Dudley. Ground floor was let again on a nice long lease to the post office with 5 residential flats above. Classic sale this at £500,000 where buyers are looking for solid income on the ground floor and alternative income opportunities upstairs by way, in this instance, of 5 flats. Further sale was 68 High Street, Brierley Hill, former solicitor's office with scope for conversion to HMO or self-contained apartments. The property itself was in pretty derelict state, but it's an ideal opportunity for the buyer. Purchased this for £203,000. They'll come in and are looking to redevelop the property and put life back into it by way of residential accommodation. Further sale as well, and another classic example of what we're seeing at the moment was in Stony Stanton Road in Coventry. Ground floor let to a fast food takeaway on a 15-year lease with approximately 8 years unexpired and a separate self-contained first floor residential flat with further income. That sold for £260,000, and again, good example of what buyers are looking for in today's market, which is solid ground floor income and residential accommodation above, which provides nice, secure, long-term benefits. So on the letting side of things, following suit really with sales as well, pleased to see plenty of activity in the market, which is somewhat bucking the trend of what you've perhaps been hearing in the national press, particularly off the back of Brexit and the global pandemic. Demand is still there for retail in particular, and to a lesser extent, but still office-wise, we're still seeing good levels of demand. On the retail side, we've just let 760 Bristol Road South, which was a former Chewy unit. New tenant's going to come in there on a 5-year lease. This was situated in Northfield, right in the centre there, and this is a good example of secondary retail locations that are still busy and are still attracting demand. We have multiple offers on this property, which is pleasing to see. Further lettings as well across the West Midlands. We also had a property that we put on the market on Bridge Street, Walsall, that went under offer within 24 hours. Retail unit there with traditional retail consent. And again, a good example that there is still plenty of demand out there. We're seeing particularly strong demand for properties with A5 consent, as was, and so we are seeing no real signs that this demand is letting up anytime soon. And mentioning offices, interesting one was at Lanchard House in West Bromwich, where an existing tenant has taken the remaining space at that building. It's a 26,000 square feet purpose-built office block. Good example again of where office demand is still there because it's close to the local bus station, the metro station, and also easy walking distance to the local amenities. Those factors tend to be producing interest still from office occupiers. This particular tenant's business is going very well despite what's been happening with the pandemic. They needed more space. We had 1 suite remaining. They've taken that, so that building is now fully let. And again, across the West Midlands in general, we are seeing an increase in requirements, and hopefully we'll be pushing those through to further completed transactions shortly. With regard to new instructions, like many agents across the region, shortage of stock is an issue as we're seeing such strong demand across all sectors. We're delighted to announce we've just brought a portfolio of 8 income-producing assets on a freehold basis to the market. Spread throughout the West Midlands, they're available as a whole or by separate negotiation individually. Tenants include Costa Coffee, Paddy Power, Lloyd's Pharmacy, Specsavers, Greggs, And these types of tenants are proving to be very popular with regional and local investors. We've only just put these to the market. We've already got offers on 3 of the properties at asking price level, testament to the fact that demand is really, really strong with private investors for these types of assets. They range in price typically from £300,000 to £750,000, which has proven a real sweet spot with investors at the moment. We've also just brought to the market 45 Bridge Street in Walsall, which is a large 15,000 square feet former nightclub with a bit of residential upstairs. There's a huge redevelopment opportunity here. A lot of similar buildings in the town have been converted successfully to residential use, and we would expect something similar to be done at 45 Bridge Street.